bear. Oh, I need the mouse. That's what I need. Some winter jack in here. Why is there no winter jack in there? Here. This one should be a jack in there. Oh, should have winter jack over here. Winter jack left. Are you telling me I drank all the winter jack? Holy shit. Woo! I would not have expected that. There. Hello, hello, hello. Freaking YouTube, you know. I tell you, they make this stuff, they say they fix it. It's not fixed. It's not even remotely fixed. I'm gonna have to monitor here. Alright. So if you're on YouTube and you're chatting, I can't see you yet because the stupid is real. Start. Skip survey. Good God. Alright. Good. Nope, there's only one person in there, and likely is not it's me. Good. So that could be why. I'm doing pretty well so far this Saturday. It's been a good day so far. Things have been happy-rific. I went to Walmart to get some stuff. I wanted more paintbrushes. I don't suppose I really needed more paintbrushes, but I wanted more paintbrushes. Hey, Rachel. Fantastic. Specifically, I wanted this flavor of paintbrush. I'm really enjoying these lately. I just don't have quite enough of them. But I'm very angry with XSplit. This is the second time that the widget hasn't worked, and that makes me very angry. Very, very angry. And then we got a bunch of these brushes too. What really missed me is the fact that people on Facebook could be chatting right now, and I would have no idea because the Facebook one is also completely, utterly blank. That's infuriating. Well, that's why I grabbed the remote control mousey. Of course, I can't configure that from here. So, yeah, well, if you were watching me on Facebook, I am very sorry because Facebook is being stupid. Okay. Well, no, it's Facebook is being stupid. This bloody XSplit is being stupid. Alright, so we have Dark Dice Prototypes. I have Marv Varnished. Oh dear. Perhaps we should have... There we go. Perhaps we should have left that a little more up. Because the varnish decided it wanted to seep in and then harden on the inside. I should have left that open so that I could get in there and dry. But I didn't, and so it decided to get vaguely sort of glued. These are the little things that you learn. Let's see if the other one is locked. Nope, this one I actually did have it open just a hair, so this stuff is all dried. Nice. Okay. That's the box coming. A second coat of varnish on the box. Let's put the box. Very nice. It's shiny. I just gotta do the bottom at some point. Okay. And the $65,000 question is, what are we up to tonight? I'm gonna reset the Dremel. I emptied out the freezer earlier and made room for that. There we go. Dremel's back online. Little black cat's online. Hello, John. Good to see the Facebook one is working. Okay. Put the box somewhere where I'm sure to kick it. That'll work. Let's make a little more space. Let's get the other fantastic purchases out of the bag. We got some cheapo paints. Because reasons. I got a metallic, supposed to be a metallic blue. That's alright. I got what's supposed to be a metallic green. And I went through their blacks and I found that they had black and jet black. And I thought, well, let's try jet black. If it's slightly blacker black, then whee! These are interesting. We got to cotton up the bottom side of them. I suppose we'll start with that, since that is a simple enough task. And I left my mache paste out last night, so let's hope that this stuff doesn't smell like fermented bacterial hatred. If it does, well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure we'll do something creative and inventive to make it not smell like fermented bacterial hatred. I'll probably make up another batch. Okay, no, it doesn't smell like fermented bacterial hatred. Thank all the gods. That would have been annoying. It doesn't smell great, but, you know. When has mache paste ever been the perfume of choice for first dates across the world? Alright. Let's get some cotton and get going. We don't need a lot of cotton, so let's do the cotton on a case-by-case basis. I only need to do the top parts of these things. Although I did get this other little chest so I could do one with a skull on it. Wow. So I thought that would be kind of chill. Did nobody give this a sanding? What the hell? Lazy Walmart people. And they gave us a little paint selection. That's cute. I tell you, working on a data plan there, Choo Choo. Drop me down to 720p. And this one has a compliant for formaldehyde phase 2. I don't know if that is a good thing or a, oh my god, why am I touching this thing? Woodwork on it's very rough. Very. Oh, crap. The video's frozen. Alright, give me a sec. Yes, Juju. Judy, let's give it a second and see if it modulates. If it doesn't, then I'll go restart the Facebook feed. If it's really bad, I'll give my whole computer a restart and hope that my computer comes back up. Because lately, my computer has been having trouble with its solid state drive. Working now? Good, thank you. I've been kind of worried about turning my computer off for fear that it might not come back up. Yeah, I have to hide a lot with witchwood on this thing, I can see. Pretty bad. Well, it's pretty bad when you stick it down there and look at it really close. It's great when you're not really caring that much. Ah, yep. I don't know exactly which update you're talking about, but I know the last XSplit update does not have me in Happy Land because the YouTube chat right now isn't doing anything. I've got to watch it on my tablet, which is pretty bad. Oh, there's all the YouTube. Jeebus. I had to reset that. Alright. So, I got you again, guys. I got you. I got you. Yep, my big box is for Keyforge, and the small ones that we're projecting last night are going to be for the store that I play that game at. We're going to see if we can sell them to other folks who may want some snazzy looking dice boxes. Alright, let's not get distracted here. We've got to start with cotton on the other side of these experimental dark dice. Shipping a lot. This one is that one. Winders for dummies, huh? Ah. Bloody Facebook. Seems like a bunch of the video provider places are having trouble these days for one reason or another. All I know is I'm still just very annoyed with how XSplit has been behaving. Let's see, I don't want to do that quite that way. I want to do that, I just don't want to do that yet. I want this covered in cotton. There we go, nice big yucky splork of it. And then we'll do some ropey tendril work. Oh, not too bad. I'm incredibly miffed that the YouTube chat app for XSplit is once again on the fritz. I can see everybody here on the tablet, but that's not what I should have to be relying on. Alright, there's a Dark Dice Woodsy Vine edition. I'll let that dry. Hello, Danielle. How we doing? And let's do this last dark dice with just a flat bunch of cotton. And we'll see which one is superior in the hindsight phase. And then if I make any more dark dice, that's the way we'll do them. The Dark Dice Project, incidentally named after one of my more favorite items in the board game Betrayal at House on the Hill. The most Halloween board game that ever Halloween board gamed. Yeah, Rachel, I really have not been hugely on. We took a big, long hiatus after Halloween and only popped up, I think, once in December and and now. So I'm starting to get my bug back. I have enough little projects to keep me amused. There's our second dark dice with Witchwood enhancements. Yes, yes. Normally everything is on my monitoring screen, but back and forth. I did not get to purchase this house, no. When all was said and done, the current owner has the house on a land contract. When you have the house on a land contract, then you are doing business with the previous owner directly. And since the house is paid for by the previous owner and completely paid for, it does not require any flood insurance. However, if you go to a bank for financing, they say, is it in the flood zone? And the landowner told me, no. The truth is, yes. And being that flood insurance is around $1,000 a year, every year, on a 30-year loan, that means that my lifetime income is going to be short $30,000, for which I am receiving nothing, because this house does not flood. In the last 200-year floods, it has not gotten flooded. So I refuse to let that large of a chunk of my cash, that's like 1 year of the kid I never will have college tuition, all in one blast. And no. No. We're not doing that. So I decided to look for another house, and there is one in Oxford, New York that I dearly, dearly love, and I'm going to try for. We're going to see. Okay. Well, let's see if jet black is a match for the black that I already have blacked on these black dice. Hopefully it is. I just love the fact that it was jet black. Not just black. Oh, no. Jet black. And from the looks of it, it matches perfectly with a little bit of airbrush black that I threw on there last night. So if we're really lucky, I will be able to finish these up this evening. And that would just tickle me pink, because I really want to see how these dark dice come out. They'll either be good and Halloween worthy, or they'll be jank. In which case, I found a use for some cubes, and I will bring them down to the gaming store, and I will say, hey, anybody want these things? I'm sure somebody will pipe up and go, ooh, let me see the things. So, yep. Okay. So the YouTube chat goes from the bottom down, and I have to remember that. Alright, there's one dark dice. Ready for drawing. I should probably message my buddy Courtney and let her know that I am streaming, because she wanted to know when I was streaming. I will very much try to do that, Juju. Take care and have a good one. Kitty's diet is going okay. The only side effect of it has been that Majesty has taken to waking me up in the mornings, because that's when I feed her. And she's let me know that, hey, it's food time. Even on Saturdays now, I get a fur ball to the chest, usually right around 8 a.m. when she realizes that she hasn't been fed, and she doesn't like that. Alright. Back to it. Uh-oh. Apparently they're having a disagreement. Yeah, no kidding, Rachel. No kidding. You know, one would be excitement and the other one would be a life goal. So, I'll take it. Think I can handle that. Alright. Let's finish up the dark dice. Then what's the other project tonight? Other project is this chest. Varnishing later. What the hell? Must be his mom doesn't want to play with him. It's usually what he does when she runs away when he wants to play. He gets very wowie. Samhain, get in here. Let's see if we can throw you on the air. Have Furball live. At the end of the stream, I will probably take a moment or two and try to reestablish the YouTube chat, because, well, I find it infuriating that it doesn't work, and I believe I need some information from the URL to make it functional again. Oh, nice. That's a nice full bottle. I don't know if I want to go with an MX24 paint on this for glow-in-the-darky, or if I want to go with UV reactive paint. The MX24 will react to the UV, but we'll have to see. Well, it's very simple. We'll do one dark dice in MX24 and one dark dice in straight up UVFX paint, and then we'll see which one we like. Wow! I don't know, cat. You tell me. Let's find a spot where we're sure to knock that over and put that there. Great, that's all set. You know, I have a sneaking suspicion that if I back out of the stream on YouTube and reset it, you know, I had my chat there. This is so annoying. Why? Why can't we just have things that work? It used to work. I don't know, Sam. It vexes me as well. I find it highly vexatious. Person who chatted wasn't. So, if this is working, then okay, it shows me that Rachel is the last person who chatted. I don't want to miss chit-chat. All right, that's done. That's done. That's done. I have this to work on, and we have these to work on. This is going to take for flip all ever, but I do kind of want to see. No. This one is going to get a skull. I hope I have more skulls. Yeah. Alright. Skull, calm the hell down. Alright, how do you put the skull on this thing? I think we're gonna put on a cut line. Sharpie. Take it straight back from the jaw. It should be kind of like that, and hopefully that'll rest flat. And hopefully there's enough flat for it to rest on. If not, we just fill it in with witchwood, so no biggie. Make sure that we do not have to go to the hospital because we sliced our finger open with an X-Acto knife. I don't know. It seems just a little obtrusive sitting on top there. I think we kind of want more of the skull face. Or I want more of the skull face. Go. Alright. Skull face. Now I have a huge jaw sticking up. Skull face. This is not turning out quite as planned. Scissors. Scissors. Let's pocket this mouse. Well, it can cover up the front. Actually, it would make a nice latch if I could make it swing up and down. Problem is, it sticks right out. Well, the problem with this thing is it is giving whoever's box it is the chin. It just dong, sticks right out there. I suppose I could witchwood heavily around it, but damn, this guy's got like just a Superman chin. He's got a glass cutting chin. I suppose it won't matter if I threw enough witchwood on it. I'd tilt it towards y'all more, but it would fall down. Alright, we're gonna go with it. There's one thing I learned from doing all this is don't overthink your project. Just friggin' do it. Because otherwise you sit around wasting time trying to make it perfect. And ain't never gonna be perfect. Just go. Alright. Let's get these guys going. These guys need a wash. What do we have for washing? We've got a whole pack of new brushes. Yeah. There's a washy brush, maybe. The bristles aren't quite stiff enough. There's a washy brush. Washy brush. Ew, gray water. Yuck. Now, here we go anyway. Just have to wash the paper mache scuzz off the surface. Get it cleared and cleaned out. Too much water. Too much water. I love paper mache, but sometimes it makes a devil of a mess. It's gonna be the dice box. Yes. We gotta make the tendrils on it woody colored. Yeah, it's possible I've made the mache paste too thick. Problem is, I don't like making it too thin either. I would rather have it be a little bit too thick. Because thin mache paste is basically water, and stuff won't stick with water. Got to have some substance to it in order to adhere. Oh, you can tell this was a cheap brush. Damn. I'm losing bristle left and right. Woo. Yes, I very much agree with you there. The chin on that skull is way too thick. The downside is it's hollow plastic, and I can't carve away at it. Conceivably, if I have the time, gumption, and that is awful. Yeah, and that's what happens when this stuff just doesn't stick. Where's some? I had a whole thing of E6000. I could conceivably cast it out of something more resilient, and then I could file it down and have more control of it, but I have a silicone mold. Come on, E6000. I believe in you. Oh my God, it's coming out. Freaking chunks. Oh, this poor piece. Alright. Let's hope this holds. If it doesn't, then it's going to have to get torn off. Piece of witchwood here that either it's not quite dry or the water splashing that I've been doing on here has been making it too loose. It's weird considering I thought this would be in the sunbeam earlier today. all this stuff should be dry as a bone. I could, but I don't really have a good material to do that with lying right around my craft area. Normally I could do it with modeling clay. Or some of the, like Games Workshop Miniatures has a sculpting clay. But I don't have any right handy. I'm also just kind of curious to see if I can solve it. You know, I could even possibly solve the problem with witchwood. I could just take some cotton witchwood, throw it on there. There are options. There certainly are options. Let's grab the scouring brush. Brush will make short work of all the gunk on the bottom. Yes. Be clean. The skull, honestly, that skull just stacked right on the side. When it is horizontal like that, you don't really see the chin jut. Doesn't really affect it anywhere near as much. So that one just got stuck. I think I hot glued it first to stick it on, and then witchwooded around it. Alright, this one is almost good. Go. That is a lot more cleaned up. And now it just needs to be stained. However, I really don't like the amount of moisture that's still on this, so I think I am going to put my oven on a very, very, very low setting and throw this box in there. Back in a sec. Let's give this thing a little bit of cook time. Alright. Tray. In fact, let's use this tray. What is the lowest setting the oven can have? 150. Perfect. Alright, let's let that cook. A little thirsty right now, too. Oh, and the gods are lovely. They've sent us the bounteous gift to buy Kula watermelon. Oh. Hey, Lucio. Good evening. I wish I knew that in Italian, but I don't. Sorry. Make sure that's off. Good. Okay. So that's box 1 done. Let's do box 2. Have a sip of this glorious beverage. Oh my. That was great. I love that beverage. Bi-Coola watermelon. No, I am not sponsored by them at all. But I learned about them from a guy who was. 1:47 a.m. Lord Almighty. What are you doing awake at 1:47 a.m.? Oh, it's Saturday. Everybody's allowed to party at 1:47 a.m. on Saturday. Reminds me of back when I used to work third shift jobs. Never again. Never. Dark days those were. Literally. It's always dark because you're working third shift. Constantly, endlessly dark. You know, it's not too bad, quite frankly. It's always Halloween somewhere, Razdoc. Southern Hemisphere has a different time frame. Somewhere it's fall. And paper mache pumpkins are always orange, unless you painted them something different. I kind of wish that I had something like a Q-tip with the scrub brush material on it. Life will be treating me very well in, let's see here, it's effectively April, so in 2 months. That's when summer vacation will start. And I will be free for a month or so. So come to think of it, we have 2 more weeks of this month, and I have the spring break vacation slot. I'm especially curious to know how my latest house acquisition attempt is going to go. Hoping it will go well, but you never know. Well, yeah. I don't really have a huge ton of options. I mean, I could go for trying to get an out-of-state education job, but that would involve a huge move. And if there's one thing I despise, it is moving all the time. The current town has become infinitely more bearable with the establishment of a good gaming store and folks that I chat with on a regular basis. And if I get the house that I would like to get, then it will become even more bearable. Actually, they've already got some sanding stick things. The sanding swab wouldn't be too terribly tough. Making an abrasive is easy. Making a sturdy abrasive, that's far more difficult. Alright, this one is almost also set. And there we go. That's that one. We're going to throw this one in the oven now as well. Critical Ops. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, let's see, if I want to do a Call of Duty style game, I'll hop on the PC and play any of the number of the ones that do that. The one I want to get for my tablet pretty soon is Potion Explosion, because I just bought the board game version of that and it's fantastic. Alright, next one in the oven. Still heating that one up. Let's go up to 175. The 150 is probably an okay drying temperature, but it really just didn't feel that bad when I was putting my hand in there. Okay. One of these I reset the magnet. Pardon. So at some point I want to get Potion Explosion on the tablet and play it up. The board game is lots of fun. I need time to perfect my strategies. I'm pretty sure that's a Cool Mini or Not game. Let's get the bottom here. I honestly haven't been gaming very much lately. In terms of computer games, it's all been board games. I don't want that much water. Lots of board games. Which is good, because board games, I get to socialize. It's one of the big things I miss right now is the social life, and those have been scratching that itch delightfully. Otherwise, you start to go a little bit twitchy. I've certainly never been a fan of going twitchy. A lot more filaments on this one than I remember. Alright, let's do the top. And this one's going to have the very, very dark witchwood. Alright, done. Done. Done-ish. Done. Good stuff. Take care, Sergeant. We'll catch you around. Okay. Alright, we're going to put this one in the oven and grab one of the other ones out and start the staining. Oh, it's so good. Temperature in there. Good. Drop that back down to 150. This box is pleasantly warm. Good. Yep, all the water is dried. Okay. Special walnut stain was here not long ago. And we had the great reorganization of last night. And no doubt it moved. Dearie dear. Well, this isn't fun. It's either hiding in plain sight or it's hiding on the shelves. We don't know which one it is. You better talk him into stopping it, Michael Sergeant. There it is. Nope, this is the red mahogany stain. I need special walnut. Maybe it was a big kit. There it is. There we are, special walnut. Fantastic. Okay. I need a fine-ish pointed brush for this. This one should be pretty good. He said as he picked one that wasn't very good. I need some tunes. Put on the YouTube, still able to monetize this earpieces. And we will chat with the Amazon machine. Echo! Play Hard Rock Station. Or you could play that. That'll be fun. Let's get this. Oh, that's what I was worried about. This one's going to come out nice. Let's see how well this brush can handle an edge. I can live with that. Oh, Dear Esther soundtrack. Nice. I might be a little blurry. I think the camera focus has shifted. Let's see if we can get it to... There we are. I think when I brought the box up, it decided to get off. That's sharper. Thank you for letting me know, Danielle. Yep. Part of me is wondering if I should do the stain first in the future and then clean off the box. Imagine dragons. All the love today. 'Cause you're a natural. No. We're natural. Only problem with these things is it takes for flip all over to get the paint on. And the prey are natural. To make it. I'm guessing this next song is from The Never-Ending Story. Absolutely is. Never-ending story. Oh. There upon the rainbow is the answer to a never-ending story. Ah. The furballs, unfortunately, Courtney, are not around right now. Which is odd, because usually when I pop in here, they're all over the place. Kind of surprised I'm not being fuzzy pestered at the moment. If the can opener wasn't across the room, I'd hit that and they'd be in here in a moment. Food bags in the bathroom, which is also far from here. How many people are down at the shop right now? There upon the rainbow is the answer to a never-ending story. Oh. Right. Almost done with the top limbs. Cool. I just have the tunes for it going right now on the Amazon device here. It's weird. It's kind of a techno remix of it, but, you know, that's what you get for the free music. I actually haven't seen the movie in quite a while. I should download it tonight. And then get moderately liquored and watch it. Because if you haven't been drunk watching Falcor and Atreyu, then you just haven't been living. Totally gonna do that. Just gotta fast forward through the Swamps of Sorrow scene. I don't like watching the horse get sucked down. What song is next? This sounds like Pan's Labyrinth. No, it is not Pan's Labyrinth. That was the end of Neverending Story. There we go. That's the top set. All done. However, that is making me think that another set of music would be very nice. Echo, stop. Let's see if Amazon Prime is all it's cracked up to be. Echo, play music from Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. Amazon Music Unlimited, huh? I think not. Yeah, it's coming out pretty well. Give me a moment. I need to get me a soundtrack. I don't have an Amazon app on this thing that I know of, so let's... I want to listen to the Golden Army soundtrack. How much am I going to pay for the Golden Army soundtrack? I will pay no more than $12 for the Golden Army soundtrack. Play. Do math. It is a big gray rectangle screen. Alright. Browse music. This thing is really slow. It's probably because I'm streaming. That's probably eating up a chunk of bandwidth. I also have the VPN running on this thing still. Music. There's no searchy thing. There needs to be a searchy thing. Oh, alright, fine. Let's go to the Emma of Zon. It's been over a few minutes now and I don't have music. What the hell? Curse this technology. To think only 20 years ago I'd have had to go to the mall and find the CD and buy it. Now I can't have it in 10 seconds, so everything is fucking terrible. Let you load because apparently you're in a loading kind of mood. I have work to do. I don't want to touch the stuff that I've already been doing. I'll have the YouTube chat up again as soon as I get my soundtrack. Could we load any slower? That is a black screen. That is not Amazon. I can't have my YouTube up for this. Wait, taking forever. Yeah. There. I know what I got. Hellboy 2 soundtrack. Listen with Amazon Music Unlimited. Kiss my butt. MP3, $8.99. There you go. That's less than 12. Place my order. Danny Elfman. It's going to be good. It's going to be freaking amazing. Thank you. One item purchased. No, thank you. Now, Echo, I believe we have had a little discussion. Echo, cancel. Echo, play Hellboy 2: The Golden Army soundtrack. Yeah, now you're doing it, you little person. Hey, Bohemian, how's it going? Fantastic. It was $8.99. Sorry, I missed Bohemian there. I hope she's still around and caught that. $8.99 is within my scope. Probably my favorite of the Hellboy movies. Mostly because the villain was nice and tragic and had all the elements of a good story to it. And I used to play a lot of White Wolf Changeling. I still have the books for that around somewhere. Be harder for them to make those films now that Jonathan Hurd is dead. Now let's test the animations too. Let's have some sirens. Let's see if they are choppy when and if they show up. There they go. Still a little choppy. You're gonna have to tell me how the mobile version stacks up, Courtney. one more and this box is complete. Set for final finishing. Almost there. Okay. Let's do the inspection for missed spots. Nope, this one is, there's a missed spot. Good, done. Excellent, I'll have to get that. There is one stain finished box. Nice little dice box for anybody who wants one. Just needs some varnishing. I'm gonna go grab one of the other ones out of the oven. Echo, pause. Put this one into the oven. That is nice. That is dry as a bone. We're gonna have to play that thing online, Courtney. Do some multiplayer. Oh, that's really nice. That's really, really, really nice. Alright, let's do a little more annoying part. Oh, yeah. Tunes! Mm-hmm. Okay, on to the next. Echo, resume. Oddly enough, I do not remember this song in watching the movie at all. It's got a very almost comedic theme to it. Let's go for Echo, next track. I don't know if it actually played the next track or not. Nice. I will get that on my tablet this evening when I'm done kibitzing with Witchwood. I'm glad this brush is working for this. Maybe I'll do a tutorial on a Witchwood dice box. There we go. Unfortunately, a lot of the bristles from the brush I was using to clean off this stuff got there. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Sorry I missed you there for a second. Let's see here. This is dice boxes that I'm making to possibly sell at the shop. This is the initial effect of it. For our stuff this year, I've got a groundbreaker that I'm going to make, and I need to make some new tombstones. I need to make a lot of new tombstones. Because at the end of last year, we threw out a bunch of the old tombstones, and I have nothing to replace them with right now, so I have to make new ones before Halloween. That'll probably be a summer project. I'm very excited for this year. I think it's going to be great. If the fates play nice, I may have a house nearby. I think we'll still be haunting Will's if he's up for it. But in the years to come, if things pan out and I go to a larger scale, I may try to do a haunted trail at the house that I would like to get, if I get it. We'll see. You never know with these stupid banks. Banks and companies and corporates, they're all money grubbing. I may have to adjust my price on these. I was thinking 15, but damned if they don't take me a while to do. Yes, we have a game store now. Oh, the expansion. No kidding, Courtney. Guess who I'm chatting with, Brian? The game store proprietors. That's awesome, because I wanted to see what that expansion was like. We're talking about Potion Explosion, Brian. Just bought the game. And we played it before. Courtney's got a copy. And it was a lot of fun. So I bought one, and then we found out that there is a digital edition of it, which apparently is quite good. Well, how much is the expansion, Courtney? I mean, it's going to be, what, $1 something? How much could it possibly be? I streamed to 3 separate sources. So I'm streaming to Twitch, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook all at the same time. So I have multiple chats open with lots of different people. And normally they're all on this one monitoring screen, but the XSplit broadcaster decided that it wants to be stupid, and because it updated itself, which means it broke everything. So my YouTube chat is not on the monitoring screen where it is supposed to be. That's going to be one of the things I'm going to resolve tonight at the end of the stream. Alright, so tonight we gotta download Neverending Story. And this is making me want to watch Hellboy again. $3.50, alright. Yeah, so the whole thing is probably like $6 or so. 7 max. And then I may just get the first one, see how I like it. And then, if I like it, I'll get the expansion too. I know it adds one more type of marble. This one's almost done. Let's have a visit from the witch. Yeah, the blue one's pretty good. And I like that I backed it with some aluminum foil so it gets a good shine at more angles than not. If I ever get enough free time, Courtney, I may be able to make you one. Animations are still a little choppy. I do not make the jewels, no. Those are all just the... I think these ones I got at the dollar store. I mean, I could make them, but it's cheaper to buy them. All you need is a melting oven. I have one of those at work. I have to fix it, but then you just load it with crushed glass and melt it down and then drop droplets. But it's so much easier just to buy them. I forgot to mute my microphone or my speakers in the main living room. This button should do that. Whether it does or not, who knows? It worked when I tested it when I first got the Elgato. Good soundtrack. I remember this part. This is the Troll Market theme. The dark dice are drying still, it looks like, at the moment. But we're going to give them a shot very soon. Looking up there, it looks like the jet black is a more flat black than the other type that I had on there, which is a more glossy. I don't think it'll really matter. If I need to, I'll just redo all the exposed areas with the jet, because I think that'll be a cooler look to have it not reflect at all. It'll look like the sigils are just coming out of the pitch black of the dice. Only unfortunate part is that these things are taking a little longer than I wanted them to. But, oh well. We just passed that cost back to the consumer. It's a handcrafted item. They're worth a little more. Oh, here we go. I missed my other chair. Last one on this one. I might stop for a minute and try out the dark dice. Just for a change of pace. Really glad this brush has worked out though for this. There we go. Not bad. Alright, back in a sec. Echo, pause. Throw this in the oven. See how the other one's drying. Ooh. Kind of like this oven accelerated drying. This is nice. This one is, of course, bone dry. It's beautiful. It's not particularly energy intensive either. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's coming out pretty well. If it goes a clear glow in the dark, then the whole thing will light up. What you really kind of would want as a preference is you want the highlights to light up, or you want an invisible blast, so that when things show up, they are unanticipated. Oh, wow, that jet black is gorgeous. That is nice. That's so much better than the shiny gloss. All right, let's make a dark dice. Possibly 2 dark dice. Oh, wow. Ooh, wow, yeah. All right, so here is the jet black, which has a very low luminosity to it, as opposed to the shiny, glossy stuff I threw on last night. And I think I like the jet better. The downside is that if I use these as dark dice, I might have to throw a layer of varnish on anyway, which would preclude the fact that I have the jet black. And there's a spot I missed. Oh, okay. So we're going to be using that for that shortly. Let's give this a mineral spirit rinse. One of these, we're going to use some UVFX. And a tiny little brush. We're going to experiment with this one with the UVFX paint. VFX, if I remember right, should dry more or less clear. But as soon as we hit it with our trusty black light, it should light up like a Christmas tree. You guys aren't going to be able to see that very well. We have a stray bristle. Stray bristle. Come here. No, I'm sorry, we can't have any stray bristles. No, 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 no. There you go. It's gone. Okay. Stray bristles made weird marks in wrong places. And that's just a no! In a way, this is not unlike painting miniatures. Since everything's in a recess, I don't have to worry too much about smearing paint. Whew. Yeah, I think when I get a house, whatever crafting area I have will probably have an overhead camera that I can swap to. I can't really show what I'm doing from the side. Try to do a few more sigils. We got half of it's done. We're halfway there. Whoa, whoa, living on a prayer. Tunes going again. Echo, resume. One more face, and then we'll try the MX-24 paint variant. I'm gonna leave one of these unpainted. Be the face down one at the bottom. Even though these are in recesses, I don't want to take the chance that they're going to get smeared and smudged. Not when I don't have to. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can do a demo here. Echo, turn off craft light. Let's see if we can diffuse that light source out. There we go. So they're appearing gloriously under the black light. We'll see how it goes once it is set. Alright, let that one dry. Echo, turn on craft light. Downside for MX24, I forgot, is that I need to paint the under area white. Because you enhance the glow considerably if you do that. I don't really want to do that because I don't want to screw up, for one. And I want to do the painstaking time-o-nimal that it takes, but, you know, whatever. Let's get it done. White paint, black project, it's some kind of nightmare. Oh well, if you want to do it right. I definitely do want to do it right. Besides, I can show off the symbols a lot more easily that way. here stuck to the project. Doing the sigils in witchwood would be extremely problematic, owing to the fact that the witchwood is very just squidgy when it's wet. If I could find a material that would be a little bit more forgiving, then you could use it. The downside of that is that it might not take up the stain of the witchwood quite so well. I could conceivably use thermoplastic. But that also represents its own problems. If you turn the witchwood into tiny little coils, you might be able to do it. And they would be less recognizable as sigils, but they would be their own special thing. They'd be their own little witchwood tangles. So that could conceivably work, especially considering the whole nature of the dark dice is that you're giving people, you know, phony, scary prophecies anyways. There's no cognizance to what the phony weird tangle means anyway. So yeah, maybe we'll experiment with that idea. To quote Dr. Frankenstein, it could work! Just occurred to me that this little symbol could get me in a lot of trouble. It was supposed to just be a bunch of little spirals, but if anybody really wants to read into it, they go, oh my god, 666! This place is terrible! Agreed. Yes. Witchwood is dulcetly creepy. Alright, done. One more to do. Part of me is wondering if I should have done white inside the sigils before and then gone over all the raised sides with the black. That would certainly make the old dark dice a lot faster. Oh, there we go. Let's see what it's like with just some UV. Echo, turn off craft light. Echo, turn off craft light. Hello? Echo, turn off craft light. Oh my god, the other one heard it. Echo, turn off craft light. Echo, cancel. Ah. That's why. Echo, turn off craft light. It's having trouble connected to the Wi-Fi. That's the problem. Oh. Echo, turn off craft light. What the hell is it with the technology tonight? Well, that looks alright. Gives me the purple reflection. This device is having trouble. Alright. That device lost its connection then. Ooh. Ah, nice. On this one, the UV paint is completely invisible. Love it. That's glorious. It's an eerie glowing blue inside all of the areas. I think the 3D or the MX-24 is going to be better, but I like this a lot. I should have put white behind it, but that's okay. Can always go back in and do it again. It's not like I'm going to run out of UVFX paint. Okay. The UV reactive stuff is called UVFX, and the excellent glow-in-the-dark paint is called MX-24. MX-24 makes a number of different colors for their glow-in-the-dark paint. Pardon. I have their green, their blue, and their like teal. But they're slightly superior over their generic store counterparts. They usually beat the crud out of a Walmart brand style. Excellent. Alright, this is the dark walnut stain. So this one is going to be a bit more blacker and eviler. I thought them are stinky. There we go. this. Now I remember the problem with the dark walnut paint, or stain. It gives less variation in shade. And that's why I always thinned it out. Well, we're going to go for it. I can always dry brush some light brown over it if I really hate it. The UVFX will give you a splattering of the ultraviolet, you know, if you put it on it. If you want everything to be kind of dustily UV reactive, it will do that. I can get more variation in tone if I spread the stain out on my brush a bit more. Less goes a longer way with this one. I think I'm going to make myself a note to water down the dark walnut stain a little bit more. Or I shouldn't say water it down, dilute it out with mineral spirits. Should get a little bit more of a run from it in that case. Still looks alright though. And who knows, after it dries, it might take on a better shade. We shall see. Lovely soundtrack. Oh. Hello, Flores. How we doing? It's coming along all right. Again, I like my other stain better, but, well, let's just see where this goes. I refuse to get caught up in perfection on something I'm not keeping. Oh, no problem. Check out my other ones. They're better. Go watch the making of the witch orbs or the witch bottles. That's a lot more entertaining than this. Assuming you haven't checked those out already. These live streams are just the experimentation time where I figure out how to do the stuff that I make for my real videos. Alright, after further staring at this, I don't mind it so much. I can live with this. It'll work. Tough to reach spot under there, though. This is one of the troubles with the witchwood. You occasionally get spots that are a little hard to reach with your brush. Definitely gotta fix that YouTube chat, though. I can't believe that thing keeps crudding out. Considering you actually pay for XSplit, you'd think it would be working better. And better performance with OBS. Oh. But in the end, I still get to be crafting. I guess I shouldn't complain. Okay, I'm looking at this more and more. I'm more and more liking it just fine. It definitely has a dark wood, creepy feel to it. Where the other one is more of a natural wood, this is more of a dead branch wood. Hey, much left, long time no see. How you been? How's the weather down in Texas? I know it's approaching the seasons of death by heat down there. Although they're a ways off. They're coming. Make sure I don't touch this stain. This is more problematic than the other stain in terms of accidental tapping. I may let this one's top section dry completely before I do the outside sections. Or I'll do one outside section so I have a spot to grip it for the others without worrying. Mid-80s, lows and 30s. Gotcha. That's not too bad at all then. For me, mid-80s is death temperatures. It's only just starting to hit the 60s here again, and that is fine with me. 60s and 50s is glorious fall type weather, and I love it. Usually we don't typically see hundreds now. For the most part, they are, if it hits the 90s, we're all just going, oh my god, no. 80s are annoying, but I don't think I've ever seen a day up here that's gotten to 100. At least not yet. Climate change may yet bring us some amusing, unexpected factors. Yeah, Western. So long as it's tolerably nice for spring break, I'll be happy. I personally have just been suffering from cabin fever quite a bit, so these last couple days I've been getting out and walking just to get out of the apartment and move around outside. I'm sick to high heaven of the four walls as I sit inside doing crafting projects for hours. Oh, dear. Hey, Randy, how we doing? Oh, here we are. I gotta get my other chair up from the car. So after the staining, I think I will give these boxes one layer of varnish after I give it another cleaning on all the spots that the mache paste is still lingering on, and then I will call it good and bring it down to the shop. So far we've had a pretty productive night now. 2 dark dice are done for their prototypes, with 2 extension ones just getting set. And we have the idea to use the witch wood as a sigil maker for the dark dice, which I like quite a bit. Oh. Ew! Hundreds and 90s, no! How do you live? I've often considered that if somebody had a true amount of gratuitous foresight, they might consider buying some land in northern Canada and passing it through the generations, and if anything ever happened with climate change getting as bad as some of the predictions say, they would own the prime real estate lands for cooler temperature areas, which they could get for a song. I don't know. Next, we're just kind of getting these all finished. And then after that, I'm probably going to work on either the groundbreaker or some tombstone replacements. Unless I get inspired to do some other project. Or I'm going to make a crap ton of these boxes and try to, you know, make back all my gaming money. Yeah, when I first started off doing this one, I did not like the darkness of the stain, but now that I have done the entire top section here in it, I'm not that displeased with it at all. This is fine. It's a darker wood that has less variation in color, but that doesn't necessarily make it less good. It's just a different flavor. I'm thinking I will go to Lowe's at some point and try to get myself some sort of ebony type stain and see if I can make a blackish witch wood, because that could be quite nifty. I'm sure somebody would want black dead branches on their dice box. Mid-70s is a cold front. No! That's terrible. Terrible, terrible. And at some point, I don't know, I may throw out a tutorial on how to do these boxes. I don't think it's any great extension off the witch bottle or witch orb concept, but some folks will want a tutorial on it. Well, there'll be only one place that carries them, and that'll be Serenity Hobbies in Norwich. Two done, because I think I can dodge the bullet on touching it at this radius. If I try to get all four of these side ones done, I'm going to end up getting a blotch of stain on something. I should be able to get at least a few done here. My other stain's a lot more forgiving for random touches. There. Let's not screw this up. That's all I want to do on that for now. The rest will wait till it dries up. Like I said, that's gonna have me tap it. Hey, well, welcome to the welcome to the Facebook channel. Yay. The spell book from Hocus Pocus. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of the spell book from Hocus Pocus. For two reasons. One, it doesn't quite chime with me personally, and two, I have seen everybody and their brother making the spell book from Hocus Pocus. So while it looks cool and it's got its little eye and all that good stuff, I'm just not quite taken with it. Ugh. Ooh, cracked the back. Ah, there we go. Actually, I'm kind of curious to see how these paints look. This was my metallic blue, my metallic green, and my metallic black. Let's do a little color sampling. These before we go to bed. magnificent cleanup material. Alright. Let's see what we got. Well, there are plenty of things that interest me. Go to, oh, what's his name? Damn it. Can't believe it. Pumpkin Rot. Pumpkin Rot stuff is excellent. Oak Lane Cemetery stuff is excellent. There's a number of folks who have stuff that interests me gratuitously. However, there is only so much time to make it. And while I don't mind being a minor hoarder of materials, I refuse to have mountains of stuff that I don't use. Alright, let's see how this metallic-y black looks. We'll let that go. We'll let it dry for a color test. It's kind of almost coppery. It's like a black iron look to it. It's kind of neat. Let's see how our green variant looks. And of course, later after it dries, we'll have to check the actual luster effect. This has got a nice shininess to it. But wet paints and dry paints, totally different. Totally different effects. Ah, you got your gift. It's all good. I don't know how much later I'll be going, but this one's quite interesting. It's like a gold that couldn't be bothered to be gold. Yeah, I hear you. Well, it's like someone came up to a metallic puke green and said, "Hey, you're really close to gold. You want to be gold?" And metallic puke green said, "Nope, I'm good. Don't want to be gold. Being gold is cliche. I'm gonna be me. I refuse. Nope. 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 Nope." Let's give this a bit of a shake first. And the iridescent bluish. The iridescence is real. I can see the purple shine to it. Wow, that is unique. I don't know if in and of itself it's anything special, but in a thick coat there's a purple metallic in here. It's got a really, really neat science to it. All right, well, we'll do a color test and all of that. Fantastic gift. The biggest problems with shipping pumpkins are, number one, big enough box. Number two, packing material to ensure it survives the trip. And then you have giant box plus packing material, and you don't know if it's going to survive the trip, even if you write fragile on the side in big letters. And it shows up to somebody's house. Hopefully it's intact. Maybe it's not. If it's not, they get all pissy. Or they could get all pissy. Never underestimate the human condition for problematic little things like that. It's like a hassle waiting to happen, and I don't relish the thought of getting involved in it. Alright, so this is color tests. Yeah, the farther you ship, the greater the chance of difficulties. And then you also run into the problems with, especially these days, I see a lot of folks who've got their own, little box outside their house for deliveries, because the neighborhoods, people are just yoinking boxes off their porches, which is wretched and vile. Alright, let's give the MX-24 a shot on the dark dice. I love MX-24. May not be able to get the entire thing, but we're going to do our darndest here to get a bunch of the sigils activated. And with the white behind them, this should make for one heck of a dark dice. The only thing I don't like about MX-24 is the cost. I personally believe it's worth every penny, but those pennies don't come cheap. Yeah, precisely, Mudflap. If you're buying from an artist, well, you're getting the one-of-a-kind item. It's not reproducible. It's not like I can just go, oh, let me go over to my stock, hit a couple buttons on the machine, and in an hour it'll make another one. Nope. Or we have a warehouse full of these damn things. We'll just send you another one. There we go. Echo, turn off craft light. Ah, love it. Best glow paint ever! Yep. Not to say that it can't happen. I just don't want to deal with the hassle and the potential risks. That's nice. That's a very nice. Yeah, I don't really want that all over me, but there we go. Now this is a fun way to paint with MX24. Yeah, the stem part of the pumpkin is arguably the most fragile. That's the one I would worry about the most on a extended trip. Could be very problematic. Could also be easy, but could be very problematic. It's enough to make me worry. And consequently, I just don't kibitz with it, therefore. Oh, that's magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. Magnifique. Doing it this way is also kind of like painting with light. I love it. that's enough. How many more sigils? 2 more. It's not so much that the paint requires a white base coat, but you will get a better glow from it if you do. Because any ambient stuff that gets stuck at the back will have the more reflective capacity of the white paint, as opposed to any extra luminosity getting absorbed by the black paint. So I hit the back of most UVs and glow-in-the-darks with a layer of white just to get the most for my money. So, requires? No. Is improved by? Yes. Alright, it's almost done. Some of that jet black paint though peeled off. Alright, I think that's all the sigils. Yep. But of the glow-in-the-dark paints that you can get, MX13 is, or MX24 is a superior glow. I believe it purports itself to be the most powerful glow of all the glowy glows that you can glow with. It would not surprise me if that was not false advertising. Hey, Joe Bruce, how we doing? Just finishing up here. Got our dark dice all set and good to go. I think there's only one surface on that one that I did not get. And the glow back from the MX24 paint is considerably better than just the simple UV reactive. I really should have backed the UV reactive with a layer of white, but the dark dice with the glow paint is and of course, even after it is no longer there, it is all sorts of luminous. So 2 dark dice. And then we have 2 experimental dark dice that we will be experimentitious with as soon as they dry. Cool. Oh. Well, Jabruse, what we were doing is, first, Echo, turn on craft light. Oh my god. Echo, turn on craft light. Thank you. We are making these dice boxes that are gemmed, jeweled, and they look like they are coated in wood. It is my witchwood style stuff. I'm going to get out the 2 that are drying in the oven for a final show off. Oh. Also, let me turn the oven off. Those came out really, really well. Oh. Yeah, I'm with you too. I don't necessarily... I like having the voice control and the access to my tunes and stuff from just about anywhere. So we're making these dice boxes tonight, and they have just been mostly completed. I made a red one, a green one, and a blue one. I'm going to take these down to the local gaming store, and with a little luck, give them out on consignment to sell for a few bucks. Yeehaw, I am so glad I kept that. That would have been terrible. I used to play D&D way back in the day. The problem is that lately there's not a lot of groups around, but I do board game relatively frequently, and there is a good local gaming store, so I'm going to allow them to sell this stuff to the D&D players and the Magic players and all the gamers, and see if I can make a buck or two out of it to fuel my own gaming addictions. I think heating this up with a Q-tip is a lot better than the other methods. I have a lot more control. So yeah, just a good fun project that might help me turn a tiny profit. Plus I also just really enjoy crafting too, so that's that. Ah yeah. I believe that at one point I was involved in a 3rd edition game for a night. The downside with it is it was a very, very, very straight up dungeon crawl. Yes, it's a very good gaming store. Not only is it good, but it's also the only one. You win on both angles. Yeah, we got a much better gaming store in town than the one that had to close down because they weren't a great gaming store. Good people, just yeah. But now things are much improved. So that D&D game was again a very straight dungeon crawl, and there was no role playing involved. Characters were just playing it to see how many dice they could roll to kill what monsters as we crept through a dungeon. I didn't have a huge amount of fun with that. I'm far more into the role-playing aspect making good characters, having good stories. Because I distinctly remember in that one game I played, I killed something, and the other players were very angry with me because I killed it. Because they didn't get the experience points from it. Because I was just showing up for a quick day or two session. And I remember being very, are you freaking kidding me? Milkshakes, you! Ugh. And I'm trying to lose weight, so I don't need a milkshake. Not going to say it wouldn't be nice, but... Yeah, I definitely like this Q-tip cleaning much better over the other method. The only problem with paper mache is you always get the leftover paste flunkies, but I think with the layer of varnish that will go away. Because when I varnished my other boxes, all of the leftover scrubbly bubbly bits went away. It was nice. Yeah, these are going to look really good. Really, really, really good. I'm almost tempted to hit them with a layer of varnish right now, but I know that chances are there's probably some stain on here that is not fully set. And if I hit it with varnish now, it's going to trap moisture in the stain, and something could go horribly wrong. I don't know what, but I'm not willing to take the risk. But I think they came out pretty damn well. Stain is giving it some protection from the moisture too. I know it's also good because no stain is coming up on the Q-tip. Nice. Yeah, I may have to do a tutorial video on how to do these. Like I said, I don't think they're too far off the witch bottles or the witch orbs, but somebody will appreciate having a step-by-step on it. Really want to varnish this now. Let's see how it's going to look. I want to see, I want to know, but it's wrong and it'll screw up, so I shouldn't do it. Plus, I've been streaming for a bunch of hours, not until about 3 hours now. So, that one I will finish next time. These two I will really finish by staining, making them pretty, and it will be awesome. Pardon. Alright, so on that note, I think I'm going to call this stream a night. Probably not, Courtney. There are lots of other folks who make the Hocus Pocus spell books, and I have never again been hugely, oh my god, Hocus Pocus! You know, it's a good film, but it's just not 100% my jam. Whew. I gotta give that thing, I think one more coat of varnish is all it should need. If I do 3 coats of varnish, it'll be perfect. No problem, Randy. Thanks for hanging on there. Yeah, and Courtney? I like Trick or Treat, but I'm not doing a thing for that either. Although I have said, if anyone ever comes to the Halloween haunt dressed as Sam from Trick or Treat, they're going to be treated like a goddamn king. Like visiting royalty just walked into the place. However, it is bedtime. Have a good one, Lynn. I am going to remain on just a little bit later. You may see if you're still in here, which I don't recommend, but I'm going to try to get this YouTube chat thing working. So there's going to be a little bit of flippy-flopping back and forth to get that going. But otherwise, thank you all very much for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it. It's nice to not craft alone in the apartment with just the cats like some creepy guy. It's nice to have people to chat with as I'm going along. So take care. We'll see you again. I'm going to try to keep streaming on Wednesdays if at all possible. Hopefully there will be cats. I don't know. I just saw Sam creeping around here a little while ago, but he did not stick around. So have a fantastic night, everybody, and we will see you later on. Echo, turn off craft light. Hey, Sam. How are you? How are you, fuzzy buddy?